CDs are back, baby. In a big way in 2025, but it ain't for the reasons why you think it is, because it's not about sound quality. Well, maybe it is, just a little bit. My first CD was In Excess Kick, and I got it in 1987. I don't have a copy here. It's buried on the rack somewhere. My first CD player was an Emerson CD player from Walmart. It was $130. I still remember it. But CD content is everywhere right now on the YouTubery, but I'm gonna take a bit of a different approach. And this all started making sense to me as I did more research. So buckle up, baby, because we're gonna talk about what no one else is talking about and what is behind the CD renaissance of 2025. You ever get your car broken into, all your CDs stolen because you had them on display in your sunshade, or you probably knew someone who had their car broken into, or worse yet, you probably broke into somebody's car to steal their CDs that they had on display on their sunshade. Or maybe you had your stereo stolen. Remember the removable faceplates? I never had one, but my rich buddies did. Some of them had handles on them and you would pull them out like a module at NORAD. Ah, memories. And I think that is what is driving CDs. And I know everyone talks about nostalgia, so that's going to be our first point. However, we have a lot more points that go much deeper. Back when I had a real job, and I got stressed all the time because I had a real job, I was at Fry's electronics store, which has since gone out of business. And I knew it was going out of business for about a year beforehand because you'd go in, there would be no inventory and some of the shelves would be falling off. Anyway, I think I was there to get a hard drive. And I walked through the CD section because they still had one. And for whatever reason, I grabbed this CD, which is Queen's Greatest Hits 1, 2, and 3, and a Mountain Dew. And I went out into my car and I played Queen and I drank a Mountain Dew and I instantly felt better. I didn't know why I felt better, but when I did the research for this video, it's because of nostalgia. But more importantly, it's about emotional anchoring. Because collecting CDs, or really anything, helps people reconnect with powerful memories when we were children or teenagers. Takes us back to those feelings that we had as children or teenagers, which generally speaking are pretty good. A first love, a trip. I had many first loves, second, third, and fourths. So it's like a time machine and provides emotional comfort in times of stress. And when I was doing the research on this, I was like, whoa, because that's exactly what it did for me. And I wasn't even doing it in a conscious way. Look at this one, black leather jacket. Or this one, brown leather jacket. Or this one, it's another black leather jacket. My favorite one. Marlon Brando wore one almost identical to this in The Wild One. Ones or one? I never really understood my fascination with black leather jackets, but I wore one when I was a kid, a teenager. And it's about identity. When I buy a black leather jacket, subconsciously, I'm trying to go back. I don't even realize it at the time and didn't realize it until I was researching this video. But this represents my childhood. Now granted, I don't have a Kiss patch or Anthrax or Guns N' Roses or even Metallica on here, which incidentally, a jeans denim jacket with the sleeves cut off and a black leather jacket going through it was like the uniform of the metalhead in the 80s. But this still represents who I was, or at least who I wanted to be, or at least who I thought I was. It's tangible and it anchors that story of who you are, or at least who you were. Now, this one's interesting. I kind of had an idea about it, but if you've ever been to Las Vegas, or Reno, Steve, and you see people at the slot machines just pumping money and pulling it over and over again, and then you think to yourself, why? But if you like going to thrift stores to try to find records or CDs, it's the same thing. You pull up, you're excited, you don't know what you're gonna see, you don't know what you're gonna find, and anybody that goes to a record store doesn't walk up to the counter person and say, hey, do you have this record? Thank you very much, take it and pay for it and leave. No. You flip through records to try to find that hidden gem, but what you're really doing is you're building that dopamine. And when someone hits a payout, or even better, a jackpot, dopamine. Uncertainty of the search is like gambling, except a lot healthier, because chances are you're not going to empty out the kids' college fund because you're going to garage sales looking for CDs or vinyl. Maybe. Trying to find discount CDs offers your brain a reward system. The biggest unintended thing that happened when I started this channel is the community, because I've met some of the kindest, the smartest, most intelligent people, the most thoughtful people, but that community was built upon shared interests. And that holds true in the collector culture. And even if people don't know each other, they can sit down and they can talk about their favorite CD and why it's important to them. And it will immediately bind those two people together. And chances are they might become friends. Music snobs are a funny group of people. We know a guy, and you may be the guy, that said, hey, I saw Nirvana in a dive bar. I knew about them before anybody else did. And then on the flip side, when that band gets big, you can talk about how they sold out so much. And that is a great analogy for collecting CDs in this digital hellscape. It's counterculture. We're always counterculture. This is Hootie and the Blowfish. I have no less than 4 copies of this. Why? I don't know. When did this come out? 94? 95? It was 1994. July 5th, 1994. And that's another great reason to collect CDs. Because I knew what year, or at least I thought I knew what year. But more importantly, I knew exactly what I was doing when I was listening to this CD. Still a pretty good CD. I don't know why he became a country music singer. And in the age of endless digital music streaming and having access to pretty much any recording that you want, this slows us down. And because we're so counterculture, like we always have been, we're rebelling against the status quo. You having fun in the world today? Is there a lot of stuff going on? Yeah, there is. Do you know what else collecting CDs provides for you? A sense of order in a chaotic world. Purpose, control. Categorizing, organizing your CDs, either alphabetical or by genre, whatever you choose, because you're in charge. It gives your brain a sense of control when you look back at the wall of CDs and you organize them by year of when your favorite band person went to rehab. Most people wouldn't do that, but you do that because it's yours. And now you have a sense of control. And when the outside world feels so overwhelming, your CD collection, peace. It adds meaning and purpose to this disposable, soulless digital world. When's the last time somebody asked you about, hey man, let me see your playlists. Show it to me on your phone, all your different playlists. No, we had a Zoom on Sundays where we get together, me and my patrons. And one of them had this whole wall of CDs behind them. The other one had this whole wall of vinyl behind him. So I said, hey, go back blind, just grab 1, 2, 3 CDs or 1, 2, 3 vinyl records. Come back and tell me about that record or CD. And everybody's eyes just kind of lit up because they weren't grabbing vinyl records or CDs. They were grabbing memories. They were grabbing something that was meaningful to them because they bought that for a reason. And everybody has different reasons. When you have a wall of CDs or physical media, whatever it could be movies, it is an expression of you and your choices and your memories. It's a curated collection of you. And your CD collection or vinyl collection or DVD collection says a lot about you, about what you value. And it's permanent. Or at least as permanent as it can be. It's a giant talisman that reminds you of your identity, your tastes, and your history. It's pretty cool. If this is the first time you're here and you're enjoying this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later. People do it all of the time. Thank you for watching. I never even mentioned how CDs sound. I get that question a lot. But I don't think it's the right question because what's really behind people adding to their CD collection are the reasons that we talked about today. And when you get to my age, maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older, Subconsciously, we are trying to reconnect with our younger selves. A time of carelessness, a time of wonderment, a time of firsts. Maybe your first kiss, maybe your first car, maybe the first time you and your buddies got into a huge brawl at a party and there was, I don't know, the Violent Femmes going on in the background. Maybe that. But at some point, there is a sudden, massive realization, like someone dropped a cinder block on your foot, that your life is halfway over, or more than halfway over. You can call it nostalgia, you can call it a 60-year curation project, you can call it hunting for memories, but none of that matters. But what does matter is that you are participating in a tangible way the documentation of your life. But that transportation can take you back in time. It can calm you down when you're anxious. It can give you energy when you're tired. It can give you peace in this crazy, chaotic world. This may be a little bit overboard with this video, but I think these are the reasons why people are buying CDs in 2025. If you liked this video, then you need to check out my first CD video, which did quite well. 10 reasons to buy CDs right now before it's too late. I will link it right here. Please like and subscribe.